Hi guys, it's Sam from Raggedy Bits. I just thought it'd be fun to jump on and share with you a project that I did a little while back, and I made some stamp embedded pumpkins. They were specifically made for the porch, but you could have them inside as well. And I'm just sharing also there just a couple of other little pumpkins that I did. And so basically what I did is I just grabbed some 3 different heights. I'll leave the measurements in the description. And we're going to be using Dixie Belle cotton, Dixie Belle coffee bean, and just some clear wax. And also the IOD rose toil stamp. So I'm just sharing with you now how, if you haven't used your stamp the first time, it's always best to season it. So you just use some 120 grit sandpaper and you go backwards and forwards just to rough up that stamp to allow whatever medium you're using to give it good adhesion to the stamp. So I'm just going on with the cotton now. I'm going on with the second coat, and with that second coat, I'm making sure that it's quite thick because you want to kind of like leave enough to allow the stamp to embed into your work. Okay, so I'm just free-handing the stamping and I'm just pushing that into the wet paint. You can have a lot of fun playing around with lots of different designs with your stamps. And you can just see there it's embedded nicely into the paint. So I'm just going to go ahead now and just do the rest of the pumpkin. And now you just want to make sure that that is completely dry for the next step. I'm just repeating again to do all the 4 sides. And it's always good to have some water by just to pop your stamps in because the paint is thicker, you don't want that to dry into all the finer detail of your stamps. So I always like to have a bit of warm water just lying. Don't have hot water because it will actually scald your stamp. Just make sure it's lukewarm and then you can just kind of like clean your stamps as you go. Okay, so now I'm just mixing up a little bit of a stain with the coffee bean. As you can see, I just like literally tore the top off the pot of paint, and then I just mixed it with a sponge brush into some water, and you can see by the consistency there that it's quite runny. And I've just wiped that over the top and used a Chuck's cloth to just kind of like sponge onto the surface and give it a really cool mottled effect. And I'm just repeating that now just to darken it up even more. You can go as heavy or as light as you want. Obviously, the darker you go, the more contrast you will have. I'm just going to go around and do that to all 4 sides. Look at that gorgeous detail. And you want to make sure that it's completely dry for the next step. And I'm just going to be taking some 120 grit sandpaper on a sanding block and basically knock back some of that stain, which essentially what that does is then it brings out all the beautiful detail of that raised stamp, the embedded stamp that you've got in your work, and just really brings out the beautiful pattern that you've just popped on your pumpkin. You don't have to do these on pumpkins, you can do it on anything. It's a really fun technique to do. I've done it on furniture before. I've done it at the back of signs just to give it a bit of texture. You can really have a lot of fun. So I'm now just sealing with a bit of the Best Dang Wax in Clear, the Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in Clear. That's a mouthful, isn't it? And then I'm just going to embellish the top of the pumpkins with a crystal doorknob and some greenery and a little jute bow. You can have so much fun with these. I incorporated these in with my Halloween decorations just to give it a nice neutral sort of a touch. So yeah, you can just, the possibilities are endless. I hope you've enjoyed this fun little project. Let me know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and follow for some more fun DIY and craft projects. Thanks so much for watching.